"Go west, young man," a guy in 19th century America once said, but we're going to go east to one of Manchester's new frontiers along the pedestrian route from Piccadilly Station to Sportcity, used as a designated walkway in the Commonwealth Games back in 2002. Along the way, we'll check construction sites and heritage buildings, derelict buildings, then and now views, and on to the final Eastlink section that welcomes people walking to Co-op Live or the Etihad Stadium. We head along Store Street off London Road, underneath Piccadilly Station approach, start of the walkway during the Commonwealth Games. I can't believe it was 24 years ago. If my Brompton bike could fly, this is what I'd see. Piccadilly Station on the right, Gateway House in the middle, with the Fairfax construction site in the upper right. In the lower left is the London Warehouse, now an apart hotel. The car park down below is where Piccadilly Tower or Inner City Tower was to have been built around 2007. We'll go off the walking route along Sparkle Street to check the progress of an important construction site, the Fairfax. Two towers joined by a podium will contain 488 build-to-rent apartments. It's incredible how this area has been transformed from peripheral post-industrial back to residential. I visited the site in February 2023 before construction began. This is how it looked. I'll continue to follow construction as the floors rise up the concrete cores. We're looking down on Store Street, Sparkle Street on the right, Jutland Street upper left. It plays tricks with perspective. It looks as if it's flat and we're looking down from a slope, but actually the street is on a slope and we're at the bottom on Store Street. It's a relic of the old Manchester with its sets. I photographed it back in December 1996. This is how it looks today. Those apartments were built in the late 90s. They already look a little old-fashioned. The Ashton Canal crosses Store Street. Here's how it looked in 1998, 2002 and today. I always find it amazing how the water is contained within a canal. Looks like some construction is beginning on the triangular site. Oxygen Towers consists of 3 towers, 1 tall and 2 smaller, housing apartments. It's built in the current functional high-tech style, contrasting with the traditional red brick style from 25 years ago. Victoria Tower on the left echoes Zuiderzicht in Antwerp, designed by K-Cap EVR. Victoria House is by Simpson Hall. Canalside living is relaxing with the sound of the water and the birds, but just watch where you're walking if you're using your phone, and don't end up in the water with the geese. That's Oxygen Tower on the left. The Ancoats Mills are further up. The distinctive Islington Wharf Tower, built in the 2000s, was designed by Broadway Malian, who did Liverpool's Man Island buildings. Then the disputed Islington Green, next to Pollard Street, Victoria House, and the newer, plainer, low-rise canalside apartments. That's the disputed empty area of land named Islington Green. There have been plans to build on it for some time, but many local residents value it as a place to walk the dog or have a picnic. In my 2004 photo looking along Pollard Street, we can see the Star Ironworks that once stood here, later demolished. These canal locks are next to Great Ancoat Street, and we're looking up at Islington Wharf. Exterior works have recently been completed on the building. Let's cycle along the empty green. What is this area going to look like if and when those buildings are completed? Through a gap in the trees, we can look over the canal and the branch leading off it, with the lockkeeper's cottage on the right and more locks further up. Looking towards Pollard Street, these former industrial buildings have been converted into apartments. The chimney still stands, though it's a long time since any smoke came out of it. This is the Chips building, designed by Will Alsop Architects. Made to look like 2 gigantic chips from a gigantic chip shop placed on top of each other, it's recently undergone recladding work. The nearby grey apartment building, named Milner's Wharf, stood empty for some time before people could move in. New Islington tram stop stands at the eastern end of the green. From here you can travel by tram all over Greater Manchester. I did that in a previous video. This is Pollard Street at dusk, around 1998, when the first iMac came out. The bus is operated by Maine. In May 2005, it's a stagecoach bus, and in 2024, the building on the right has gone. We move further along the walking route towards Eastlands, and what are those 2 cranes? Their arms held up high like a cheering football fan. They are constructing the new extension to the Etihad Stadium. We'll see that in a while. The tram goes in a straight line along Merrill Street towards Ashton New Road. We'll make another small detour to see this remarkable church building. It's the Church of All Souls, Every Street, and I photographed it in the past. It was previously used as a joinery workshop. The details of the facade are quite magnificent. I did a drawing traced from my photo. The style is Romanesque. It reminds me of Milan Cathedral. and the ruined church on Holy Island, home of St Aidan. So when will this abandoned church be renovated and find a new use? Not far away, a block of former council flats is undergoing renovation work, and further along Pollard Street there are some impressive old industrial buildings with those distinctive metal fire escapes. How long will it be before these are converted into apartments? Some of the old warehouses in this area have been sadly lost, but this one, Holt Mill, is still with us. It was built in 1824 and is Grade 2 listed. Looking along the canal, it's almost as if time stood still, with the old industrial buildings on both sides. These are my photographs taken in the late 90s. I wanted to capture the atmosphere of the old Manchester. The canalside route is used by walkers and joggers. The reflections in the water are quite photogenic. Basley Brothers Limited, who knows anything about them? Another company lost in the mists of time. In recent years, it's been used by creative businesses. Quite a change from the heavy engineering of the past. We've reached Holt Town Metrolink stop and the start of the Eastlink footpath. Let's look back to see how this looked in 2002, before the Metrolink line was built. That's the bridge carrying Cambrian Street over the route. Eastlink has been set up to welcome people going on foot from the city centre towards Co-op Live, or to Manchester City's Etihad Stadium. The sign says 10 minutes to the National Squash Courts and Manchester City Stadium. Staff will welcome the crowds making their way towards the attractions, providing security, and there will be food and drink outlets on the way. We make our way along by the tram line and go past these impressive murals depicting some of the unmistakable aspects of Manchester. Music, DJs, the rainbow flag, a red rose, is that for Lancashire? Architecture old and new, some football players, and friendship between different shades of people. All done by the artist Stanley Chow. On the left, the Manchester Bee, a free interpretation, and one of the most distinctive landmarks along the path, this very pleasing Manchester M, based on the one designed by Peter Saville. It's got mirrors inside. From above, we can see the Etihad Stadium construction site, and next to it, the stadium itself. Etihad is the Arabic word for union or unity. Now we've reached the site of the Etihad Stadium extension. This will provide facilities for fans and a new terrace above and behind the existing terraces on the north side. This is my photo of this location in 2002. They left a gap in the new stadium, which was filled after the games. There's the gigantic Co-op Live, or is it a nuclear bunker or massive computer? Not exactly the Royal Albert Hall, but we do things differently here, as Tony Wilson said. Both his Hacienda nightclub and today's Co-op Live have seen a few problems. Here are my shots of it in its previous stages of construction. On the 17th of April 2022, the 3rd of December 2022, and as it is today, with a very large and very loud Co-op Live in giant silvery letters. I hope you found this Eastern excursion interesting. No doubt the scenes will change as time goes on, so keep watching Aidan Eyewitness. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, share and leave a comment. As always, please be respectful. These videos take a lot of time and effort to produce, so please support my project by sending me a contribution via www.buymeacoffee.com/Aidan Eyewitness. Check out the excellent drone views of this and other locations in Manchester and Liverpool on the Cinemaker channel. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und auf Wiedersehen in Manchester.